to another live show of the Arnold's Thoughts podcast. And I enjoy being here today, as I hope you guys have enjoyed being here today with me today. Today's topic is going to be the 6 traits that kept me alive overseas. Something along that line. Now, these traits that we're going to be talking about today, these 6 things, are typically from my book that I've recently, or it's not recently, I've been wrote this book, and I thought it was a good time to just elaborate because I get a lot of questions from people all the time on what it is. Or matter of fact, I was talking to the barber today. I was talking to the barber today after I just got my haircut, and he was just talking about, like, how I was able to make it overseas and play for such a long time and make a living off of it. And he knows like one or two people that's only been able to have that type of living. And I said, it's a difficult thing because you just don't have the correct information on where you're going or what you're trying to do. And that's pretty much dictates on everything in life. Any new situation that you're trying to accomplish or you're trying to achieve, it's always as hard as it is in the beginning because you just don't know what you're doing. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. So in the beginning, it's just way harder. It's way harder to get started. It's way harder to just know where to go and begin. And I was telling him about how I have this podcast right here, and my whole goal is to help whoever needs just to start and a little guidance along the way as far as just what to know or just how you feeling in the moment. I think a lot of times most people just get away from how they feel in the moment of just life. Because yeah, I may be playing basketball overseas, but then life when I come back home is still just as the same as all my relatives, all my friends, all my family, all of them as well, because they have to go through. It's like it's such a farce because I go overseas and I'm living this life. I'm not paying rent. I'm not paying taxes. I'm not paying any of these things. And the minute I get over here, I got car insurance. I got to get new tires. You got to go do this. You got to pay this off. You got this tax. You got this, and it's just like, dang, I'm overseas and I'm like chilling for the most part. Not a lot of overhead. I ain't got to worry about a lot of like miscellaneous paying for things. Like pretty much my entire transportation, just about everything that I pay for is just reduced about 90%. About 90%. So you think about the type of access to things you can do as far as learning and growing and just like trying a new venture because you have all this time to do that. But in the States, I'll give a perfect example. I remember specifically when I'm overseas, a lot of times I'm able to take a nap. 2 to 4, 2 to 5, majority of the times, I'm sleep. I'm taking a nap. I'm rejuvenated. Like I always had enough time to do everything else that I needed to do. But once I come home, I don't ever take a nap. There's just always something I need to do. I'm up at 7 in the morning. I'm meditating. I'm praying. I'm stretching. Then I'm to the weight room. I don't eat breakfast. I go straight to the weight room. I lift. And then I go to the gym for another 30, 45 minutes until the market opens. When the market opens, I'm watching my trades. I'm seeing if I need to adjust anything. I'm seeing if I need to move anything. And then from there, I'm straight to making content because I've been really pushing on the content. I mean, I'm here now making this live. Later on after this, I gotta go get therapy. That's a 2 hour drive there, 2 hour drive back. And this is just the life that I chose, and I'm very, very grateful of it because there is not a lot of people who can just not have a like day-to-day job. I gotta go to this work every single day. Like my career allows me to take some time off, 2, 3 months, and just think, get my head straight, get my head on right, like just to be able to think and sit back and say, you know what, I just need to enjoy family for a while. And I'm not gonna work for a while, and I need to handle some stuff at home and move some stuff around. A lot of people are just on a day-to-day time basis. Like I was speaking with my cousin these last couple of days, and he was just talking about how if you miss 1 week of work, you're done. You're done. You got car insurance, you got registrations, you got light bill, you got water bill, you got rent, you got gas, you got food. God forbid something happened to your car out of nowhere. That's just how it is. Then it's just all these little things that add up. And I'm very grateful for the life that I live, that I get to play basketball, because it's just I'm on a different schedule. I'm on such a different schedule that it just makes you think different. And it takes some adjusting to. Like, it takes so much adjusting to this type of life. So we're going to get into it. Like I say, these come from my book. These come from my book. I wrote a book on how you can play basketball overseas. Like, these are the 6 traits that you must need in order to play basketball. And the reason I say you need these is because through my 12 years of playing, I realized it's so much more than just putting the ball in the court. In the basket. It's just so much about so much more than just putting the ball in the basket that's really going to contribute to your success. And no one really broke it down to me like this. This is just how I see the game. I've been doing it now for 12 years, so I feel like I know a little bit of something that I can. 11, 12 years. I know it's been 11 to 12, but this is just something that I can break down from my perspective that has allowed me, that I've been able to navigate to see, like, oh, okay, this is what got me on and kept me going throughout all these years. It's because I was able to have these certain beliefs and traits, which is the first one. The first one is belief. Like, the first thing I did, the first trait is belief. And I got a phrase here. It says, when you play overseas, belief has to come before the bucket. There were no times I played with pain or in cold gyms, but belief. That was my currency. Every time I touched the ball, I reminded myself that I belong here. And that's real. Every time you touch the ball, you got to remind yourself that you belong here. You got to belong. You got to believe, like, this is what I meant to do. This game is not for the weak. It's not for who you think you can do it. Like, your actions back up the belief that you believe in. So if you say you want to play pro one day, you want to play college one day, you want to play varsity one day, you want to play overseas, you want to play NBA or whatever, the work you put in is going to back up what you got going on. The work you put in is going to back up the belief that you have. It's going to back up the belief. So you can say all you want, how much you believe in yourself and how much you want to play the game, but it's going to show by the work that you put in on a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis, and that doesn't always mean in the gym. That means stretching more. That means doing more film study. Bitsy, my dog just came in. Come on. Go on out here. Want to interrupt me during the video. Go, cage. So you have to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself more than anyone else, because no one else is going to put that belief in you. And the more you believe, it's going to be dictated by the work that you put in on a day-to-day basis. That's one thing that kept me going overseas, is just kept believing, like, yo, I belong here. I belong on the stage. I know I'm good. I know I deserve it. Even in my last season that I was just in. The last season I was just in, like, I was put in so much situations that had my head frustrated, had me feeling trash. You ever felt like when you're on the court and you're playing, you feel like, man, I'm trash. I just feel garbage. Like, do I got it? Am I supposed to? Like, I'm just being real. That's how I felt sometimes on the court. Like last season, I just felt insignificant. There's nothing in me that made that I should feel like that. But I felt insignificant because of certain situations that I was in. And I had to remind myself through the work that I put in, that I belong here. You got to tell yourself that you belong here. You believe in yourself enough that you belong here because of the work that you put in. Just think about all the work that you put in to even get to that point. And I know for me specifically, every single time I had doubts, I just think about the work. Every time I feel like something is off, I go put in more work. It's like the work will answer all the doubting thoughts that you had in yourself. You ever think about, oh man, I just don't think I'm cut out for it? Go put some shots up. Go hit the weight room. Go jog. Go exercise. Go put the work in necessary towards getting what you feel is unattainable, because you have these doubting thoughts in your head that wants to keep you from thinking that you don't belong where you say or you feel like you are designed to be. You believe I belong on this team. I belong in this situation. Why? Because I put the work in more than I can ever believe in. I know, because at the end of the day, only two people gonna know, you and God, how much work you put in towards the desired result of what you're trying to achieve. And I'm gonna be real with you, it ain't for everybody. It's just not for everybody. You can have your opportunity, you can have your chance, but it's just not for everybody. But it just depends on the work that you put in. Because this is the thing, and this is the craziest thing about belief. You know, you can put all the work in, you can do everything it takes, and you can still fall short. But the only two things that's gonna be different is how you feel when you do or when you don't get the desired result that you're looking for. How you feel is only going to be dictated by how much work that only you know that you put in. Because if you know that I didn't put in as much work and I worked my butt and my tail off at the end of the day to be in this position, and if I fell short, I know one thing. I know I gave it my all. I know I gave it my all, and that's all I can live with. And I could be happy with myself knowing that I gave everything, because I believed in this with everything I got, and I gave it all. No matter what, your outcome is going to be acceptable. It's really going to be acceptable because you have given it everything. You've done your absolute best to be in the position that you are seeking out to be in. Which brings me to my second trait, work ethic. It's kind of crazy how they both tie into each other, work ethic and belief, as I was saying before. In order for to have the belief, you got to have the work ethic that backs it up. You have to have the work ethic that backs up the belief that you say that you believe in. That's why I made it number 2. First, you got to believe. It has to be in your mind. You got to be able to see it first. You got to be able to see it first. Secondly, you got to put the work in that is valid enough to actually get what it is that you say that you're seeking to get. You can't say you want to be on varsity or you want to go to college and be a D1 player or go to play professional one day if you're working out 3 days a week, for instance. You're working out 3-4 days a week. You're only working out for an hour a day. You go play some pickup. Over 11 years playing professionally, and I go to the gym at least 2 times a day, 1 to 2 times a day, 6 days out of the week. At least 1 to 2 times, 6 days out of the week, bare minimum. Monday through Friday, my normal day is up in the morning, hour in the gym for weights, hour in the workroom, in the gym for shots and skill work, 45 minutes to an hour. Then I'm going home, I'm working on my content. Then I'm back in the gym around like 4 to get some runs in, just to get some cardio to work on certain things that I worked on in the morning for the skills. I'll come back for 2 reasons: to use the gym as cones and work on what I've been working on before, and just to get some cardio. So it's the work ethic that I'm putting in now, even 11 years in. It's not just because, oh, I'm here and I made it and I'm good and I don't have to work out. Some people are that good. Some people can do all that. I have not made my living to get this far, to be able to play, to be able to last this long by being regular, by doing the bare minimum. I don't know what the bare minimum is. That's just not in my repertoire for the things that I'm trying to do or where I was trying to get to in my career. Doing the bare minimum. I'm not a bare minimum type of guy. I'm an all out grind, put the work in. Let's go until we can't go because we don't know nothing else more but to put the work in. I don't know anything else but to put the work in and go as hard as I possibly can in every situation, or just putting the time in. I believe it was, who was it? Einstein said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Your work compounds as well. Your work compounds as well. So the work that you're putting in, going to the gym 2 hours a day, 2.5, 3 hours a day, especially if you're younger, you should be putting in more in, because I'm to the stage now where I know my routine. And it's just all about stacking days, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So it's so locked in that it's just like how they say Ray Allen when he made that last shot. I think it was Mario Chalmers he was talking about. He's like, I seen him in the gym just kept doing the same thing. So when he got in that situation in the game, he wasn't surprised because he watched him do the same thing over and over and over and over again. That it was natural. And that's where I'm at in my career. I know every team, every place I play, my spots are always the same. They're always the same. They're always the same. So I know exactly. I get it here. This is the move I need to do. This is the counter. I know I'm always going to get it here. My shots are here. My best shots are here. My best shots are here. This is what I need to work on. I'm just dialing in and putting it in compound and keep doing the same thing, going to the gym 2 times in a day, at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week, I got a double session. I need to get back to running where I run, get up, weights, skill workout, and come back in the gym and go to the gym. I need to get back to that. Where I'm getting that little extra 3 days out of the week, getting that extra 2 miles in the morning. These are bare minimum. If you want to, this is just me in my case of what I'm doing to play as a professional. What are you doing at the stage and the level that you are at in order to get to where you're trying to go? And even through all that, I feel like I should be doing more. Every time I leave the gym, I feel like I should have stayed in there a little bit more and worked on just a little bit more touch, or worked on a little bit more free throws, or did a little bit more ball handling, because my work ethic towards what I want out of this game has to be, you have to be ready for the situation for when it comes. You have to be ready for that time. You say you want a $20,000 contract, you got to have a $20,000 body in shape mindset ready for when it approaches itself, because when it comes and you're not ready for it, then you just wasted your time because you're not really saying what you really believe in it. If I say I want these things, I need to be. If I say I want a contract, if I say I want to play in your league, if I say I want to play overseas, if I say I want to play on varsity, I need to be playing and practicing and training like I'm one of the best in that league or that stage already. If I say I want to play a D1, I need to be training as a D1 player as if I'm the best D1 player in the nation. That's how I need to be training. My mindset has to already be there. The work has to already be there in order to obtain what it is you say you're trying to get to. If I say I want to be a pro and I don't train like a pro, how can I ever get to being a pro and sustain it and stay there? It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Moving on, the third trait in this book and in this subject is communication and networking. Overseas basketball just isn't about how you play. It's about who knows you. Talk to teammates, connecting with coaches, show leadership. That's how you become more than just an import. You become indispensable. That's facts. You become indispensable. I'll give you a good story about my boy, Big Deuce, Tap Athletics. Y'all go follow him on all platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. He be jumping. Best basketball creator on all social media platforms. And I'm right next to him because I'm his boy. But we had a situation where he was on our team this past season, not this season, the year before. And what he used to do after the practice was he used to always take one of the rookies and he would always make a video with him. Or he would take one of the rookies and he would train him. He was like, I'm about to get some extra work in and you're coming with me. It's not an option. You're going to come with me. Coaches, GMs, they see that. They see that, you know what, this guy's a veteran. He's been playing 10, 11 years. He got a resume. He's an older guy. And he's taking his time and he's forcing the rookies to be better. He's forcing the rookies to be better. He understands that the other part of the game, like it's about who knows. That right there was seared into the head coach's mind. He built up a good repertoire with the coach because the coach saw the type of person he was. He built up a good communication with the coach because the coach liked his character first, the type of person that he brought himself into being in the game. He came in as a professional. He came in with a work hard attitude. He came in trying to be a leader to the younger guys. He didn't have to come in, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. He said, you know what? I'm going to pick 1 or 2 rookies and we're going to work. He showed it by example. He showed that, you know what? He's communicating through his actions. He communicated through his actions the type of person that he is. That led to him getting another job from that same coach to another team because he knew the type of person he was. He kept in communication with the coach. And the communication didn't even necessarily have to come from him talking. You communicate with your body more than your words. Your body language. We're talking about all types of communication. It's not just how you speak. You need to learn how to speak when you get into new situations. But your language that speaks the loudest is your body language. Your body language and your accent is going to speak louder than anything that you have to say out your mouth. Because you can say whatever you want to say, but you're going to show me with your body exactly the type of person, with your energy, exactly the type of person that you are. With exactly the type of person that you are. So you have to have good communication skills. You got to know how to network. Use these social medias. You got to use Instagram, TikTok. You have to be building a social media presence. This is just the world of social media nowadays. This information that I'm telling you right now, you're getting it from social media. It's just the social media era, and you gotta give the information. Like, put yourself out there to be seen. Put your clips out there. Holler at other players. In the book, along with the book and the course, I got a special script that I use to help guys communicate with other pros. You build your networking. You build your friend list of people. Matter of fact, I remember reading this in a book by, what is that marketer name? Man, I can't remember this guy, this marketer. He's a very, something Brunson. What's his name? He's a big time marketer, right? He's all over ClickFunnels. If you know who's the owner of ClickFunnels, I can't believe I forgot his name. It's going to come to me. Anyways, he's over ClickFunnels. And I read one of his books. His book is all about connecting, networking, promoting, these type of things, like how to promote, how to connect. And he has this thing that he has this is what he teaches to all the business owners that joins his mentorship. And it's called a Dream 100. It's called a Dream 100. You go find 100 people in the category of the place. For example, you were trying to play pro one day. You're trying to be a pro one day. You need to go look for 100 pro players that have played more than 2 to 3 years. Why? Because they've shown that they can last more than a year, and they've been able to have a couple of years to build a couple of connects in certain places if they moved around. Or 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years, you want to find 100 of those. Scour Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You want to find 100 of those. They might not all be influencers. A lot of times you go on Instagram, you go find one hooper, you go down to the suggested feed, there's always another hooper. There's always another hooper. A little tip of what I put in the course that goes along with the book about how to reach out and talk to pros. I give you an even deeper dive on how to hit up players to get to agents that are over certain teams in certain regions. If you're trying to get to Colombia, how to find out which agent has a lot of pull in that area that you need to speak to in order to get over there. There's different ways to do it. I have all of that inside of the course that comes along with the book. If anybody wants to check it out, I put all that inside of the course. And I'm actually, that's crazy what I did. I can't believe I don't even know if I, anyways, make sure y'all check that out. I put that in there as a special gift. But you have to be able to network. You have to be able to communicate with other people. That's what your communication said. Like I said, I read this guy's book. You have to be able to pick up a book and read and learn how to actually communicate. I couldn't act like I just knew all the tips and the tricks on how to be a great communicator and a great networker, and I'm just no. You know what I actually started doing? I actually started picking up some books. I was grateful enough to be good enough to play, and I already had one thing going for me. I had belief and I had work ethic more than anybody that I ever really run into. The only other person that I've had as much work ethic as me, as I believe, is my best friend from college. He's about the only other person that I've run into in my life that just has that much drive and work ethic to really get something done out of life. There have been a few other guys, but far and few in between. Far and few in between. So I've been lucky sometimes. He helped me out, get me a job. I've helped him out getting a job. But everything else in between, I had to learn how to talk to people. I had to learn how to use these skills of communication and networking and understand what's going on, because you really start understanding people and psychology and all this. And you're like, what the hell has this got to do with basketball? A lot. A lot. Understanding people, understanding how they move, understanding how to communicate with somebody to get to where you want. There's 6 degrees of separation. You can get to anywhere or any person or anything you need to do with only 6 people in between you and whatever you're trying to do. There's only 6. There's only 6. So you just have to put in a little more effort to be able to talk, communicate, move around, understand, and just navigate through the nonsense as well. Because there are some people that are slick talkers. You got to understand how to avoid them. Man, there's some slick talkers out there. Sharks. There's a lot of sharks in this game. Trait number 4, mentorship. You have to have someone that you are getting information from. I didn't get here alone, and now I carry the torch for the next wave, whether it's giving the game to the rookies or remembering the OGs who taught me the ropes. Mentorship is how you last in this game. Mentorship is how you last in this game. I'm going to tell you right now, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't have been here playing basketball this long, because there's so much mistakes that I made. This whole platform was created out of a desire to be able to give information for the things that I didn't have or things I didn't know, so nobody else won't fall in the same pitfalls and traps that I did. You need a mentor. The greatest in the game, MJ, had a mentor. All the people and all the things that you're trying to do, or everywhere you're trying to get to in life, whether it's building wealth, whether that's company, whatever it is, you got to have a mentor. And you can say like, hey, maybe I'm 19 or I'm 15, 16. How do I get a mentor? Well, one, this, like I said, this platform was created for me to be, I'm basically taking on a mentorship role. It's kind of in my blood. It's kind of in my gene. I'm the oldest of 8. I'm the oldest of majority of all of my cousins. I'm the only one who's actually, I'm one of 2 who actually played professional and done something different in travel. I'm the only one who's actually out here speaking and trying to talk and create something different. I'm the only one trying to teach my family different skills and stuff like that. So I've kind of already embodied and walked into this mentorship, leadership role. I understood that when I won 7 championships with 6 different teams, that, you know what, that's not just normal. That's it. I have some type of leadership in me that is able to bring out the best in the people around me that has allowed me to be successful. And I am going to take that and use that to help out whoever my voice touches or hears or can help in any way, if you take one thing from me and you can run with that and it helps out your career or it helps out your life, then I know that's my job done. Like I've done my job. And that's why I'm here today, speaking, being a mentor, chopping it up with you guys, just giving you the game of what I know, going through little certain situations you think that might not be important. And it's not for everybody. What I'm saying is not for everybody. Not everybody trying to hear what I'm trying to say. Not everybody's trying to get that information. That's cool. I ain't tripping. Do your thing, big dog. Do your thing. I ain't tripping. But for the ones who do want to hear, for the ones that it's calling them, they say when the time is right, the student will find the master. Whatever voice that you need to hear for the information that you need in your journey, they will find each other. But you have to be ready. If you want to make it in this game, you got to have a mentor. I also go through that in the book and in the course on how you're able to ask guys to be your mentor. A lot of players, a lot of times, these pros, they're a lot arrogant. They be acting arrogant and they be thinking, it's just another guy. Because they all come, how much money you make? Hey, I'm trying to get on. Put me on. They don't be trying to hear that. That's not how you speak to someone. That's how you ask for a mentor. You go to this is one guy I specifically remember. He came straight up to me like, hey man, I see you working out. I know there's something different about what you do. How do you do that? And he immediately just started asking questions on just how did you execute? You make it look like this. You do come with a open and willing heart to actually learn and gain information. Because most guys in this game, just like how I am right now, trying to give y'all a little bit of game on what's going on and what to expect and how to handle yourself and move around. A lot of guys gonna be on that same type of time because we didn't been through it. And all we ever could do is like, dang man, I wish somebody would have told me this. That's why I'm here telling you about all the crazy stuff that I've been through. You ain't gonna make it far in this game without a mentor. I'm here being a mentor, being a leader, being whatever I need to be to whoever needs to hear, because I know there's a lot of things I drop in here that's gonna help you not to avoid a lot of pitfalls. I've got endless of videos of me dropping a lot of gems on how to and you take it for granted. That's what I think it is. Because when you come in the game, you're so young and you just don't really think that this is for me to understand and this ain't going to be applied to me, or when am I going to be applied? When is this going to be applied to my life? This will never be applied to my life. I'll never be in this situation. But it's who you're going to realize is majority of the times, all the situations that I speak of, you're going to find yourself in these situations. Because majority of players always find themselves in the same situations. It's just, you only understand that when you speak to one of them after a while. After you speak to other players and you say, yo, that happened to you too, and dang, this happened to you. Like I was on TikTok the other day on a live and I was chilling, and the guy asked me, he is like, is it true that you get paid late? Is that really a thing? And I just started laughing and like, are you serious? Is that a thing? That is the number one thing in overseas basketball, getting paid late. You're going to get paid late. I don't care what club, what situation, what it is. I'm talking about guys who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to guys who's getting paid $1,000 a month. You're going to get paid late. I don't think in my career, there, of course, maybe one or two, but of the thousands and thousands of players that I have ran into, I would say about a good 95% of them have had a late payment when it comes to playing basketball overseas. About 95% have gotten paid late. Yes, that is real. That is not something made up or people just hyping it up for clicks. That's real. You're going to get paid late. You best believe it. You're going to get paid late. So you got to have a mentor. You got to have a mentor. I'm glad to be a mentor through here, and reach out. I got a lot of guys that reach out to me about wild ball. I try to get back to them as much as I can. I find it very funny as well how people will send you a question, they'll write you, they won't like nothing, they won't follow, but they'll come seeking that information. And for me, that's fine. That's fine because my job is to give out the information. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to give out the information to the people who need it, because I needed it. I needed a mentor. I have maybe one or two guys that told me a few things here and there, but it would have helped to just hear someone just speaking on a day-to-day basis, because what you realize is once you're around and you're listening to people who are in the area that you are in and you want to excel or move up, they're going to say certain things that you're going to pick up on that's going to help you without them even realizing. It's because you're in there in the environment. You hang out with five broke people, you're going to be a six. You hang out with five elite pro players, you're going to be the six. You hang out with 5 millionaires, you're going to be the six, because just inevitably they're going to show you little tips and tricks that help them in their career that you add to yourself that can help you. They got connects and networking and all these type of things that are going to help you because you're in the right environment. You're listening to the right people. I've made so much money off of listening to guys from like Earn Your Leisure and Ian Dunlap, the master investor, when it comes to trading, because he just dropped Wall Street Trapper. And when it comes to my investing side, because I just tune into their podcast every week. Just sitting down and listening to that podcast every week, I've made money. I was able to start my options account and start making money, all because I was listening to Wall Street Trapper. He gave out a free play. I took the play, it hit. Ian Dunlap. I ate off so much plays that he said he make a play if you're in the stocks. I'm very heavy into investing in stocks and in those type of things. But since I'm so into it and I'm studying it and I'm focused on it, when these guys speak, I understand these guys are my mentor. These guys help me get an understanding of something that I don't know, and they can help me navigate me to a place I'm trying to be. They help me. And thank God they made the decision to just post a video every week on just information. Don't gotta pay them. Don't gotta do it unless you join their group if you want to get more in depth. But even just they're free, I'm paying them with the attention that I give them, and just because they show up every single week, and just because I decide to put my attention on the people and places that I want to go, I'm able to benefit. These guys are mentors to me because they speak about business and investments that I want to obtain in a level of status that I want to reach. So I tune in. That's what I'm here. I put this out. Whoever tunes in, tunes in. Whoever listens, listens. Whoever helps, helps. But I'm doing my part. And I understand there is no stage of my life where I don't need someone above me as a mentor guiding me and helping me in a situation, because I never want to reach to a point where I felt like there is no more growth in my life. As long as I am always seeking growth in my life, there's always going to be someone in a place that is higher than me that I should be learning from, because I never want to stop the process of learning, because then I stop growing. And you get a lot of your growth from the mentors. You get a lot of shortcuts and a lot of things easier. You avoid a lot of pitfalls, some that you can't recuperate from, by having a mentor. Trait number 5, consistency. You don't get re-signed for being flashy. You get re-signed for being consistent. Overseas teams want you to know you'll show up in every country, in every time zone, in every gym, and I made that my mission. Every team wants you to be as good as you were before. Being consistent is a personal decision. It's based on what you have decided that you're going to do with your life, con- representing where you want to be. Because I can tell you right now, if I just average 20 points on the other team and I'm going to another team in another league or in the same league, they want me to average those same 20. They want me to be a consistent player. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. I played overseas one time and I averaged 21 year, and every time after that it's been 16, 13, 12, 10, 8. That's not consistent. And that goes both ways. If you are a great player, they want you to be great every time. I heard Mike Beasley say something one time. He said, guys don't fear being great, they fear being great again. That's deep. They don't fear being great, they fear being great again. Can you consistently be great at what you do? Can you consistently work on what it is that you need to work on? Like I said, there is no arriving. There is no reaching to a certain point where I feel like I'm done and I don't have to go up any higher and I don't need to, I'm good. I don't need to work no more. I don't need to train no more. I haven't reached that point in my career or my life. One thing has to be the same. I have to keep this drive at all times. You have to consistently work. Especially when you start making some money, you can't fall off if you want. In this game, you really have to continue. You have to work till you reach a certain criteria. I can only speak of myself. I didn't just jump out and was making $10,000, $20,000 a month. No, it took a consistent leveling up. 2,000, 2,500, 4,000, 3,500, 3 bands, 5,000, 5,500, 5,000, 7,000. It was just, I had to stay in the game. I had to stay working. There's certain situations, because life gonna happen. Family situation, health, all these things happen that can bring the price down. But I had to keep in my mind, consistently keep working to where I'm trying to go. So I have to keep the same level of intensity up and stay consistent. When I go to this next team, I need to kill it. When I go to this next team, I need to kill it. This next game, I need to kill it. Every stage that you are in is the main stage. My coach in Chile, the first time I was in Chile, told me that. Manu Cordoba. He said, because he sensed that I was just taking it very lax and I was just acting like I was bigger than what I am. And he said something to me. He used to pick me up on the way to the gym. He used to say something to me. He said, the stage that you are on is the biggest stage. So it clicked in my head. There is no other stage. There is no other moment. There's only this moment. There's only this time. This is the only moment in time that I have right now to show and do what I need to do and be as great as I possibly could be. Only that moment. And not to do it once, but to do it over and over and over and over and over again, because that's who you are. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder type person that you do one thing one time and then that's it. You're not going to show up the next game. You have one big game, then you don't show up the next game. No, I would prefer a player that averages 17 on a consistent basis than a player that can give me 30 one night and give me 12 the next night. There's no consistency. You don't know what you finna get. No one wants that. You want to know, this is what I'm going to get from this player every single night. This is the person, this is what I'm going to get every single night. This is that consistency is to be valued. That's a value, that's an asset to a team. Knowing he going to give me 5 threes every game. I don't care no matter what. He going to give me 5. That's an asset. Teams, coaches, people, organizations, they say, you know what? I can use that. I know for 100% fact, no matter what, on average, I'm going to get a dub from him. On average, I'm going to get a dub from him. He gave me 41 night, and then the next he gave me 12, and then he gave me 8, and then he gave me 19, and then he gave me 6, and then he gave me 30. That's too much inconsistency. Consistency is a trait you must develop. And the last one, mental toughness. They'll never know the battles you fight They don't show up on the stat sheet. Mental toughness is showing up when your body's broken, your contract shaky, and your heart's not in it, but you still show up. Mental toughness is losing your father overseas, going home to bury him in 1 week, coming back and winning the championship. Mental toughness is losing your grandma and watching her pass away on her deathbed over Skype, flying back to bury her, coming back to play in the playoffs. Mental toughness is getting a divorce overseas with a brand new baby at 6 months. Mental toughness is getting ready to start the playoffs and your teammate slept with your girlfriend. Mental toughness is you're stuck in a country where they haven't got paid and they didn't buy you your flight home. Mental toughness is being on a team where you only play for 1 week, you get fired, traded to another team, and they don't want you, and you have to take a 12-hour bus ride back and get paid half of your money. These are just some of the situations that are required. Mental toughness is flying 20 hours to another country, being there a week and getting cut. Mental toughness in this game is the only way you can ever survive. Because you're just going to be in too many situations that's going to make you want to break. Mental toughness is you understanding life is going to wake up. Life is going to get up every single day and try to give me its hardest punch. And it's going to do everything it can to beat me to a bloody pulp. But I have to be strong enough to withstand it. And especially in this life of overseas basketball. Especially if you're on the path of trying to be a pro basketball player. I can't speak about what everybody else deals with in their life and what they deal with in their situation and their whatever. I'm speaking from a pro basketball player who's a father, who's trying to live his life, who's trying to grow, who's trying to reach another level, who's trying to inspire some people, who's trying to help some people along the way, trying to create a new legacy for myself. But there's a lot that came along with it. And I know a lot of it that I went through and being able to even consistently, even to this day, working on my mental toughness, because I have not reached to a point where it's just like, oh, I'm good. No, I know that the BS was coming. I know that it's coming, and I just know I have to stay ready for when it does. I stay in the mornings, waking up, meditating, praying, stretching, breathing. I understand the internal game comes first. It comes first in the mind. It comes first in me calming my inner mind first. Mental toughness. It's about the mentality that you have in your mind first that allows you to take on the world. To take on the craziness that happens in this world, the good and the bad. See, everybody always talk about mental toughness too when it comes to all the bad stuff that happens. Mental toughness is also going and playing in Bangkok, Thailand for 3 months. Mental toughness is going to one of these countries in Latin America where they don't know no black people and you're the hottest person they ever seen in their life. Mental toughness is living in a party city and trying to work out and be in a city and you got everybody at you every single day and you can party and you have extra money coming in and you're in a great situation. That's mental toughness as well. It's not all about all the negative stuff. It's about all the good stuff that's happening so fast right in front of you. Can you handle that? Because that'll break you down worse than all the stuff that negatively can happen. Too many good things, being in such a great situation. You're such a party city and I'm getting paid good money and the weather's good and I got just so much access to everything and it's cheap over here and the food is good and the women are beautiful and the drinks are cheap. And it's legal out here. It's mental toughness in this game. It's the last thing, but probably one of the most important things as a trait that you must develop. It's something that you must develop. I dive deeper into all these into the book, along with the course that comes along with it, I kind of just help as much as I possibly can to break down even more in depth of what I'm trying to display to you guys today. But it's just parts of the game. These are just some traits that you just gotta have, and I really stand on these because this has been the backbone of my career. Understanding and developing these traits has been the backbone of my career. It's what has gotten me through, and it's what's leading me on to the end of my career. I've reached a point where I've been able to enjoy the fruits of my labor, and I'm able to extract the good out of this life, not letting it take too much from me, not letting it beat me down, but understanding where I'm at and how can I really thrive and really get the most out of this game. But first, I had to develop these, understand them, and to use these in my day-to-day life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. This is just a little pop-up on you guys and see, a check-in, just chopping it up. If you guys ever need any questions, comments, man, write me on Instagram, let me know. I'm always able to help. Guys in China and Wild Ball, they love to ask me those questions all the time. Any information I can help, any inspiration, anything you need, man, I'm here to. I'm here to help. I'm here to be your mentor in overseas life, not even just overseas life, as a basketball player, as a friend, as a hooper, as an athlete, whatever it is. Just remember to tap in, share this with somebody, and like live. That's all I got for this segment, man. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day. Stay blessed. I'm out.